potential killer is installation. This is the most difficult engineering process I have ever been involved in my life, putting tidal technology into these tidal areas. Huge flux densities, and slack water in these areas might only be 10 minutes. Related to that, how do you get access to your technology once it's in place? How do you maintain it? You're also in a highly corrosive environment, or erosive rather than corrosive. Again, something that you have to include in your design process. What about environmental issues? This is just some of them. Habitat disturbance. You change the energy distribution. What happens to the sediment movement? Tidal currents. How do you interact directly with marine life? You change the hydraulic nature of the environment you're in. Again, the installation process, of which I think the dominant ones are these at the top. Sediment redistribution for wave power and direct impact and entanglement of marine life. I think the first of them is a planning issue. Sensible planning can deal with this distribution. The second one is a design issue. You must design your technology to minimize that impact. You're perhaps aware, of course, that the energy is not in a useful place either. It's off the north coast of Scotland, the west coast of Scotland. I just want to give you a thought about UK population distribution. It's a pity it misses Orkney off on this map. Everybody always misses Orkney off the map. And Shetland, of course. But have a look at this distribution. This sort of overstates the distribution here and probably understates the distribution there. The density in this area is probably about 8 times the density there. But you get the idea of where we are. Let's just put that beside the distribution of coal fields. Quite telling, isn't it? The UK's population distribution is a relic of the Industrial Revolution. Jobs followed energy, people followed jobs. I think it's fascinating. In this part of the world, you can actually pick out the sort of the fine detail there. Okay, it's a matter of hills and things like that as well, and rivers. But maybe distribution issues are less of an issue than many people think that they might be in the longer term. Look forward. EMEC is busily building new berths. The present berths are full. If we don't build more, it comes to an end. The Wave Hub for testing early scale network and arrays is in the process of being constructed. We're now seeing the internationalism developing in the sector. It's not just UK and Irish and Danish companies. Right across Korea, Canada, South Africa, all are getting involved in the development of a new industry. The last few years, we've gone from artists' impressions to real metal in the water. Very, very significant to us. Quite an exciting step. Just conclude. For the first time that I've been involved in this, I've been involved in marine energy for 30 years now. It's the first time that I've actually felt reasonable to say that we're dealing with an industry. However, that development is based on the work that largely went on in the 1970s. It's to think if Mrs. Thatcher hadn't got a red pen out in 1982, we may already have an energy industry that is currently just in the process of overtaking the oil and gas industry in the UK on the amount of energy and the amount of employment that it delivers. What we've now got to do is to make sure this commercial stage continues. And the job for government is to recognise that this cannot be done directly with government money. The job of government is to make sure that the commercial environment is right, to make it worthwhile for the commercial investors to step in. That was going to be my last slide. If you just bear with me for 1 minute, I'll skip through some of the background that I have here. I just want to give you this gentleman here. If you don't know who it is, be ashamed of yourself. That's Donald Rumsfeld. He did much to shape the present world, unfortunately. He understood marine energy. At least I think he did. Because of course his most famous statement is this. And we've got it, as we know there are known knowns, there are things we know, we also know there are known unknowns. That is to say, we know there are some things that we do not know, but there are also unknown unknowns, the ones that we don't know, we don't know. He could have been talking about marine renewable energy. So he definitely understood. Well, perhaps. Thank you.